Okay, so just let me share my screen. Okay, so in basic knowledge in Python, now this data structure thing in Python is very easy actually comparing with other programming language like Java and C language or C++ or any other programming language, because Python is a very object oriented and it is syntactically interpreter based language, right? Just a minute.
Okay.
So this Python language, what I was telling, that this Python language is actually very easy to learn since this is a syntactically interpreter based language, right? So in core Python, there are few data types which we will work with Python data structure arrays. Like there are list, set, tuple, and dictionary. And in advanced Python, there is a module or a library called NumPy. So these are the few things we will work with the data structure Python. Like in C language, there are data like linear data structure, non-linear data structure. There are binary trees, concept of binary trees. There are concept of stack queue. But in Python, there are no such concepts. In Python, the core data structure concepts come from this list, set, tuple, and dictionary. There are nothing else more than this. Okay, and in advanced Python, when we will go to the advanced Python section, you will find that there is a library called NumPy. Now this NumPy library is basically a library which is used for dynamic array operation or numerical Python analysis or data analysis portion, right? So I think I assume that everyone have VS Code in their machine installed, and in my system I have currently a Python interpreter of 3.11.1. You need a Python interpreter installed in your machine so that you guys can work with the VS Code for data structure Python. Okay, now see my system interpreter for Python is, I have a Python version of 3.11.1 installed in my machine. So I am opening a blank folder in VS Code. Okay, everyone, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in this VS Code, in this blank folder, I am creating a file with the name as Python py underscore dsa underscore program 1 dot py. The extension of Python is dot py. Now see, I have created a file over here with the name of Python DSA program1.py. Now in Python, what I have told that there are few, in data structure algorithm in Python, there are few concepts of list, set, tuple, and dictionary. Now these are the array data types which we used in core Python. In advanced Python, we use the data type as the NumPy. NumPy is not actually a data type basically, it is a library which is available in the advanced Python section. Now in advanced Python section, the arrays we created called dynamic arrays. Why? Because in core Python, this list, set, tuple, and dictionary, these type of arrays are basically a static array. We cannot perform dynamic array operations over here, like the conversion of a single 1D array to a 2D array, or converting a 2D array to a 3D array, or breaking down a 3D array back to 1D array. right? These dimensional operations are not possible in this list, set, tuple and dictionary, which the Python data types which are available for core Python, but it is possible for NumPy, that is in the advanced Python section. Now first of all, let's check what are the data types present in the core Python arrays. I am suppose defining an array underscore 1 equal to, in Python we do not need to define the data type of the array. Like, we cannot define that it will be a string array or it can be an integer array or it can be a character array. We don't need to define that. We can just give the name of the array and write anything within it. So the list over here starts with a square bracket. So I am giving few string over here. Suppose say test1, test2, test3, test4. Now I am giving few boolean values over here. Like the boolean value, suppose say false, true. Now I am giving a complex number and I am giving an integer value. Okay. Now this is my array 1. Now if I print the type of this array 1 in Python, arr underscore 1, and if I run this line, okay, now see, this is the output. This is class list. Why this is class list? Because we have defined an array with the square bracket. Now in Python, these square brackets mean that this array, the type of this array is the basically list. Okay, the array we have defined is the of the data type list, and in this array you can give the value of this, means we can define the value of any data type. Like, see, there is a string data type over here, that is test1, test2, test3 and test4. These are the string values. These false and true are the boolean values. Now you guys know that there are two type of boolean values. One is false and another one is true. There is a complex number over here, that is 2 plus 4j. Now the complex number, you guys know, contains two part. One is the real part, another one is the imaginary part, and there is an integer over here, right? Now I am defining another array over here with the name of array underscore 2 equal to, within rounded bracket I am defining the same values. Just copying this and I am pasting this in this rounded bracket. Okay, now I am printing the type of this array 2. Now see, what is the type of this array 2? This is the class tuple. That means the type of this array is a basically tuple array. The type of the first array is a list array. Okay, now the third type is the set. So I am giving second bracket over here and I am defining few values. Just say I am defining the previous value only. So see, this is a class set, and the final one is a little bit different, that is the dictionary. Now this dictionary has two values within it. One value is called the key and another one value is called the corresponding value of a key, right? So a dictionary is always defined within the second bracket. Now I am giving a dictionary value, suppose say name. Okay, I am giving the value of name as suppose say taste one. I am giving color, suppose say red, age, suppose say 20. Now see, this is showing that class DICT. DICT means this is basically a dictionary type. So these are the core Python things, right? Now in advanced Python, when we are going to the advanced Python array structure, we need to install the NumPy library first. So in Python, we know that the package manager in Python is called pip. Okay, in Python, everything is executed in the pip environment. So we need to give the command over here, pip install NumPy. Okay, after executing this command, the pip library with its module dependencies will be installed in my local interpreter. That is, I have a local interpreter of Python version 3.11.1. You guys can see that I have three system interpreters. One is the global interpreter, like the global interpreter is the Anaconda base. Another one is the Miniconda. Miniconda means the smaller version or the lightweight version of Anaconda, which is called Miniconda. Okay, the Miniconda version is version 3.10.9, the Anaconda version is 3.9.13, and all are 64-bit. And my system version of the interpreter is 3.11.1. Okay, so I have basically three system interpreters in my machine. Just a minute. So I have basically three system interpreters on my machine, right? So these three system I can use for defining Python, or we can execute any shell or any command using these three interpreters. Okay, so I am selecting the base interpreter, that is my system interpreter from here, and I am calling the NumPy library, import NumPy as np, right? We are defining the NumPy. We have NumPy library successfully installed in my machine, and we are calling the NumPy library and loading this entire NumPy library in the module called np. Now this np module can be anything. I am giving as np. It can be anything as pt, abc, xyz, anything. Okay, so I have just defined this entire NumPy library into np module, and I am calling an array over here, array1 equal to np dot array within bracket, within square bracket. Suppose say I am defining few integers. Now see, this is the output. It is showing that this is class numpy.nd array. Why it is numpy.nd array? Because this is a dynamic array and these objects of numpy are called nd. Okay, so numpy.nd array is the type of the array we have defined for numpy, and in core Python there are types like list, tuple, set and dictionary. Now in Python, if you want to return the array length or the data, the number of data or the elements which are stored in the array, we can just give over here print using the len function, len of array underscore 1, len of array underscore 2, okay. Now for the numpy also we have this len function, print length of array underscore 5. Now see the array, the least tuple and set. These three arrays have equal element length, right? That is 888. But in the dictionary there are four elements. The four elements having the name and its corresponding value. The name and its corresponding value. That is the key and the value. Key and the value. Now the key is the blood group and the value is A negative, right? So it is showing 4 because we have defined 4 keys over here and the corresponding value of 4 keys. Okay, but in numpy we have 6 elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 elements where we are getting the length of this numpy array as 6. Okay. Hello.
স্যার
Hello.
হ্যাঁ
Yes.
স্যার বলছিলাম যে আমরা তো ডিকশনারিতে কির মধ্যে অনেকগুলো ভ্যালু তো স্টোর করতে পারি, সেটাও তো অ্যাজ এ মানে চারটে কি হিসাবেই নেবে, তাই না?
হ্যাঁ, একটা ডিকশনারির ভেতরে আমরা অনেক কটা কি এর ভ্যালু স্টোর করতে পারি, বাট সেগুলো হ্যাঁ চারটে হিসেবেই নেবে, কিন্তু যে কটা আমরা
মানে
কি ডিফাইন
লেন্থে তো
করব,
চারটাই থাকবে।
হ্যাঁ যে কটা আমরা কি ডিফাইন করব সে কটায় আমাকে কি এর ভ্যালু ডিফাইন করতে হবে।
মানে নাল ভ্যালু ডিফাইন্ড হবে না?
না, নাল ভ্যালু কোনো কিছু ডিফাইন হবে না।
আচ্ছা ঠিক।
আচ্ছা, আমরা আরেকটা জিনিস যেটা করতে পারি সেগুলো হচ্ছে হলো, if we are defining array 1 array 2 array 3 array 4 and there is a final array 5 is a numpy array, we can print this entire array group in the for loop segment. How we can print this entire array group in the for loop segment? Now there is a trick for printing the dictionary, but before moving to dictionary I am printing the normal list set and tuple 1 for x in range. So I don't need this range function yet. So okay, I am not giving the range for x in array underscore 1 colon print x. So what I have done, I am iterating this array underscore 1. There are how many number of elements in array underscore 1? There are 8 elements in array 1. So I am iterating each and every array 1 elements in a for loop. So if I run this segment, you will see these array elements are now iterated in each and every line. So for printing this in a single line, we can give the command over, means the keyword over here, end equal to double inverted comma blank. Why we are giving a blank? Because we are giving a blank space between each and every element it will print, because since this every line will print, this every element will print on a single line. See, now these elements are printed on a single line. Okay, previously the element was these elements are printed on each and every line. Okay, so this is for the list, and for the tuple also for the same thing, for y in array underscore 2 clear. This is for the tuple. Now in a numpy also we can do the same thing for clear. Okay, now see, if I want to print a dictionary, now there are few elements within my dictionary. How many number of elements are there in the dictionary? There are 4 elements in the dictionary. Now I told you that Python dictionary has two things. One is the key, another one is the value. And this entire key and value is total, this key and value concept is called the dictionary items. I am repeating again. In Python dictionary, this is the key and this is its value. Okay. Now let me show you here. This is the key and this is the value of the key. Value. Okay. So in Python dictionary, there are five elements within this dictionary, right? So each and every element has its key and its corresponding value. If I want to print the key and the value of this dictionary, what we will do? We will just give over here for, suppose say, XYZ. In the name of the dictionary is array underscore 4 dot items print XYZ. Okay, I am just commenting these lines. Now see, these the dictionary values are printed in the for loop and it is showing the name as the key and the value is test1. See, the name is key and the value is test1. Similarly, the key is key and the value is value. Okay, I can define any other thing over there. Suppose say age is there. Okay, color is there. Clear? So I am printing this dictionary with the help of for loop. Now if I want to print the dictionary without these brackets, like there are brackets showing over here, means this entire key and value is wrapped within a bracket. Okay, the first bracket. If I want to show without brackets, just the key and the value, okay, nothing else, we need to use the nested loop over here. So how we can use a nested loop? I am just commenting this line and I am giving a blank line. It means a new line. Okay, for x comma y, in the name of the dictionary is array underscore 4. The name of the dictionary is array 4 dot items. Okay, now see, for I have initialized two variables in my for loop, that is x and y. In array 4, the name of my dictionary is array 4. Okay, so dictionary name is array 4 dot items. Dot items means both key and its value. So if I run this thing, we will get the name accordingly, means a key and the value without any brackets or without single inverted comma. Is this concept clear? Everyone, this concept is clear?
স্যার এটা একটুখানি ডিসক্রাইব করবে যে কি করে হলো?
আচ্ছা, এখানে দেখো, আমরা এখানে কি আছে আর ভ্যালু আছে। আচ্ছা, এখানে যারা যারা আছো সবাই বাংলাতে কমফোর্টেবল তো? আচ্ছা, এখানে ধরো কি আছে আর তার ভ্যালু আছে, তার মানে এখানে কি আছে, দুটো কোঅর্ডিনেটস আমরা ডিফাইন করছি। একটা হচ্ছে এক্স কোঅর্ডিনেট ফর দ্য এক্স অ্যাক্সিস, মানে আমি ধরো যদি এটা অ্যাক্সিস ওয়াইজ ভাগ করে দিই, তার মানে নেম, কালার, এজ, ব্লাড গ্রুপ, কি অ্যান্ড অ্যাড্রেস, দিস ফলস আন্ডার দ্য এক্স অ্যাক্সিস। Now test 1 red 20 A negative value and Kolkata, this falls under the y axis. Okay, so these two things are totally, means these two things are two different, means x and y, these are two different things. So if I want to print both values with the help of key, means we need to print key and values over here without any first bracket or without any single inverted comma. we are initializing we need to initialize both variables over here, and at the same time we need to print those two variables, because if we don't initialize a single variable, if we initialize a single variable like we did this before, we will get the output as this one is the output. We are enwrapping this name and test one within a single bracket. That means we are converting this dictionary to a tuple. Every dictionary elements, this name element, this color element, this age element, this blood group element, this key element, this address elements are wrapped in a tuple. So why this is wrapped in a tuple? Because we have just initialized a single variable, that is xyz, in the for loop. If we initialize two variable and we divide the dictionary into two portion, the x portion for keys and the y portion for values, so we will get the output like this. These are the normal element output.
আচ্ছা স্যার, বুঝলাম। এবার বলছি যদি ভ্যালুতে, হ্যাঁ, কোনো একটা ভ্যালুতে ধরো অ্যাড্রেসে কলকাতার পাশে আরেকটা যদি কোনো কিছু অ্যাড করে দিই, তাহলেও কি সেম ভাবে দেখাবে এক্স ওয়াই দিলে?
You cannot add multiple element over here, because in dictionary the dictionary is defined in such a way that it can consist of only two values. The one value will lies under the x axis, that is the key, and the another value lies under the y axis, that is the value, the corresponding value of the key.
মানে এক্সট্রা কোনো কিছু আর অ্যাড করতে পারবো না?
এক্সট্রা কোনো কিছু অ্যাড করা যাবে না।
আচ্ছা, আমি যদি এখানে মানে অ্যাড্রেসে দুটো অ্যাড্রেস দিই আর নিচে এক্স ওয়াই জেড যদি দিই, তাহলে প্রিন্ট করবে?
তুমি যেটা একটা কাজ এখানে একটা যেটা করা যায় সেটা হচ্ছে হলো, তুমি এই যে অ্যাড্রেসটাকে পুরোটা একটা লিস্ট বানিয়ে দিতে পারো।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, লিস্ট মানে ডিকশনারির ভিতরে লিস্ট?
হ্যাঁ, ডিকশনারি ভেতরে লিস্ট। ধরো আমি এখানে কলকাতা দিলাম,
তাহলে পুরো লিস্টটাকে তো ওয়াই ধরবে মনে হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ, পুরো লিস্টটাকে ওরা ওয়াই ধরবে, মানে এইটা একটা ধরবে, এই যেরকম অ্যাড্রেসটা দিল সেটা হলো এক্স, আর এই পুরো লিস্টটাকে ওরা ওয়াই ধরবে।
আচ্ছা, ঠিক।
এবার দেখো আমি যদি এটাকে প্রিন্ট করি, দেখো এরকম ভাবে আসবে অ্যাড্রেস।
ঠিক আছে, বুঝতে পেরেছি।
বোঝা গেছে? আচ্ছা, নামপাইতে আমরা কি করব, নর্মাল লিস্ট, সেট, টাপল অ্যান্ড ডিকশনারিতে আমরা কিন্তু কোনো ডাইমেনশনাল অ্যারে ডিফাইন করতে পারি না। We cannot define any dimensional array in this numpy. Means in list, in core Python arrays like list, set, tuple and dictionary. But in numpy we can define a dimensional array. Suppose say array 11. This is a normal numpy array, right? But if you define a numpy array, now first let me return the dimension of this array. Array underscore 11 dot enddim. Now what is this enddim keyword? Enddim keywords means n dimensional. Okay, this enddim keyword stands for n dimensional. So when I am running this program, so what is the dimension over here? It is 1. Now just let me comment this previous codes. What is the dimension of this array? This is the dimension of this array is array 1, means this is a 1D array. Okay, so now if I am defining an array of 1 2, okay, now np dot array within bracket, within square bracket. Suppose say there are 3 elements. Now I am wrapping this within another bracket. Now if I return the dimension of this array, suppose say print array underscore 12 dot ending. Now if I return the dimension of this array 12 dot ending, I will get the array dimension as 2, because this is a 2D array, right? For this is a 2D array. Now if I print this, let me print the array, print array underscore 12. Now see, the array we will get over here is like, this is the 2D array. Now let me leave a blank line over here with backslash n, another backslash n. I will define a 3D array over here, array underscore, suppose say 133 equal to np dot array within bracket, within square bracket, 1 2 3. Now there will be another square bracket at the front, comma, 4 5 6 7. Now see, this is a 3D array, right? We have defined a 3D array over here. This is a 2D array. This is a 2D array. And another one is, this is a 2D array. This is another 2D array. Okay. So total this is a 3D array. Now if I print this array, print arr underscore 133, and I will return the dimension of this array 133 dot ending. Now see, this is my 3D array and the dimension of the array is 3. Okay, why this is a 3D array? Because in this 3D array we have two 2D arrays, and each and every 2D array we have one 1D array with element 2. Okay, this is my total 3D array. This is my total 3D array. In this 3D array we have two 2D arrays, and each and every 2D array we have two 1D arrays, and each and every 1D array we have two elements. Okay, and when we are returning the dimension, it is showing the dimension as 3. Okay, now see, if I want to split an array, like if I am taking a user input array in list, suppose say,
স্যার
hello,
স্যার বলছিলাম যে যখন ওই অ্যারেগুলোকে প্রিন্ট করছি,
হ্যাঁ
এই স্কোয়ার ব্র্যাকেট ছাড়া প্রিন্ট করা যায়?
হ্যাঁ, স্কোয়ার ব্র্যাকেট ছাড়া প্রিন্ট করা যায়, বাট when we are printing this arrays are normally getting printed in the matrix formation. Okay, by default numpy array are always printed in matrix formation. These arrays are printed in the matrix formation. Okay, এবার কিভাবে আমরা নর্মালি এই জিনিসটাকে যদি আমরা সিঙ্গেল লাইনে প্রিন্ট করতে যাই তাহলে সেটাও পসিবল, কিন্তু তাহলে আমাকে অ্যারেগুলোকে মানে ভেঙে দিতে হবে, ভাঙতে হবে। ওকে, এবার অ্যারেগুলোকে যখন আমরা ভাঙবো সেই কনসেপ্টে আমরা পরে আসি। অ্যারেগুলোকে আমরাকে স্প্লিট করতে হবে, স্প্লিট করে তারপর ভাঙতে হবে।
আচ্ছা
আচ্ছা, এইবার ধরো পাইথনে আমাদের ক্লাস আর অবজেক্টের কনসেপ্টও আছে। আমি নর্মালি একটা অ্যারে বানাবো আর সেটাকে লিস্ট অ্যারে বানিয়ে তারপর সেটাকে নামপাইতে আমরা কনভার্ট করব। কি করে করব সেটা? আমি ধরো পাইথনে একটা ক্লাস বানালাম, ক্লাস, সাপোজ সে ক্লাস অ্যারে। Within this I am defining a function with main. Name of the function is main. Within this I am defining a blank array over here, array underscore 1 equal to blank. Okay, n equal to, I will now take the number of array elements, means how many number of elements I want to store within an array. N equal to int input, enter the number of array elements. Okay, now I will initialize a for loop over here for x in range within bracket 0 comma n. Okay, why we are giving 0 comma n? Because 0 is my minimum, that means a minimal value. My value needs to be bigger than the value I will enter for storing the number of elements within an array should be bigger than 0 and less than n or up to n. Okay, now n is the user input. Okay, now within this I will initialize a variable, suppose say x equal to int within bracket input. Now array underscore 1 dot append within bracket x. Now x is the number of elements we are taking as user input, right? So outside the for loop we will print the array, and since this is within a class and the function, we will call this class and function. Now see, enter the number of array elements. Suppose we are giving the number of array elements as 6. Okay, so number of array elements we are giving as, suppose, 123, 321, 456. Now this is my array, right? This is the user input array we have created, and if I return the type of the array, print type of array underscore 1, this is a list based array. Is this concept clear to everyone?
স্যার পাইথনে তো অ্যারে তো মানে লিস্টকেই তো বোঝায়, অ্যারে তো আলাদা করে তো কিছু নেই।
না, অ্যারে লিস্ট ছাড়াও আরো আছে, টাপল আছে, সেট আছে, ডিকশনারি আছে, নামপাই আছে।
আচ্ছা, না মানে অন্য সব ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে মানে অ্যারে বলে আলাদা একটা মানে ডেটা টাইপ আছে।
হ্যাঁ,
পাইথনে তো শুধু লিস্ট, টাপল আর এই সব দিয়েই তো অ্যারে ক্রিয়েট করা হয়।
লিস্ট, সেট, টাপল, ডিকশনারি আর নামপাই দিয়ে অ্যারে ক্রিয়েট করা হয় পাইথনে।
আচ্ছা,
এবার এমনি নর্মালি কোনো আইডেন্টিফায়ার নেই পাইথনে, পার্টিকুলার যেন অ্যারে আইডেন্টিফায়ার, যেরকম তুমি যেগুলো বললে যে ওখানে অ্যারে ডেটা টাইপ আছে, ঠিক আছে, আইডেন্টিফায়ার ডেটা টাইপ আছে, এখানে সেরকম নেই। এখানে আইডেন্টিফায়ার ফর দ্য অ্যারেস আর দ্য ব্র্যাকেটস, মানে ফর, আমি যেরকম এটা প্রথমে দেখাচ্ছিলাম, লিস্টের জন্য হচ্ছিল স্কোয়ার ব্র্যাকেট, টাপলের জন্য হচ্ছিল রাউন্ডেড ব্র্যাকেট, সেটের জন্য হচ্ছিল সেকেন্ড ব্র্যাকেট, আর ডিকশনারির জন্য হচ্ছিল কি আর ভ্যালু থাকে।
ওকে,
বোঝা গেছে এই কনসেপ্টটা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার বোঝা গেছে।